Who is it? Jim never opens the front door. When someone knocks on the front door, Joseph says, "Who is it?" But he does not open the door. His parents told him to keep the door closed. His parents want him to be safe. He will be safe if he doesn't open the door. Yesterday someone knocked on the front door. "Who is it?" Jim asked. "It's the mailman," the person said. "I cannot open the door," Jim said. "Okay, I will come back tomorrow," the mailman said. "Goodbye," Jim said. Jim is a good boy. He listens to his parents. He doesn't open the door for any person. Use soap. Kathy finished her sandwich. She had a chicken sandwich for lunch. She got up from her chair. She took her plate to the kitchen sink. She put the plate in the sink. She turned on the cold water faucet. She rinsed the plate. She picked up a paper towel. She wiped the plate dry. She put the plate on the counter. Her mother walked into the room. "Did you wash that plate with soap?" she asked Kathy. Kathy said no. "I couldn't find the soap," she said. Her mom said, "What's this right next to the cold water faucet?" Kathy said, "Soap." Her mom told her to wash the plate again. Lost pencil. David lost his yellow pencil. He could not find it. "Where is my yellow pencil?" he asked his sister. His sister did not know. "I don't know where your pencil is," she said. David thought about it. He thought and thought. He used his yellow pencil before lunch. He used it to write a note to his teacher. The note said, "Dear teacher, thank you for helping me." David. He put the note in an envelope. Where was the envelope? He looked in the kitchen. He looked on the kitchen counter. He found the envelope. It was next to the toaster. He found the pencil. It was under the toaster. 10th birthday. Dorothy will be 10 years old next month. She is excited. 10 years old is very old. She will not be a little kid anymore. A 9-year-old kid is just a little kid. A 10-year-old kid is almost an adult. 9 is only one number, but 10 is two numbers. 9 is a little kid number, but 10 is an adult number. When she is 10, she will be an adult almost. She will be a young woman. She will wear lipstick. She will wear nail polish. She will have a boyfriend. He will be handsome and polite. He will open doors for her. He will buy her birthday presents. Dorothy can't wait until next month. The birthday cake. It was Jenny's 4th birthday. She was 4 years old. Her mom baked a cake for her. Her mom baked a chocolate cake for her. The cake had 2 layers. Her mom put vanilla frosting on the bottom layer. Her mom put vanilla frosting on the top layer. Her mom put vanilla frosting all around the cake. Now the chocolate cake was completely white. Her mom put 4 pink candles on top of the cake. Her dad lit the 4 pink candles. The 4 pink candles were lit. Jenny's mom and dad sat down next to Jenny. They sang happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to you, they sang. Jenny sang with her mom and dad. Happy birthday to me, she sang. Her mom said, "Now make a wish and blow out the candles." Jenny made a wish. Then she blew out all 4 pink candles. A growing baby. A baby has arms and legs. It has a mouth and eyes. It looks at everything. It eats everything. It smiles a lot. It cries a lot. It eats a lot. It drools a lot. It pees a lot. It poops a lot. It sleeps a lot. It tries to talk. It makes funny sounds. It says goo goo and gaga. It waves its arms and legs. It doesn't do much else. It doesn't sit up. It doesn't stand up. It doesn't talk. It lies on its back. It lies on its stomach. After a year, it will do many things. It will crawl. It will stand up. It will walk. It will talk. But in the beginning, it just grows. It grows bigger and bigger. Piano player. He played the piano. He played it very well. He started playing the piano when he was 6 years old. That was 7 years ago. Now he was 13 years old. He was very good. He won one piano contest after another. A famous piano teacher heard him play the piano. The teacher said, "I want to bring you to New York. I will teach you how to be even better. I will teach you how to be the best piano player in the whole world." He didn't like that idea. He wanted to stay at home. He wanted to stay with his parents and his friends. His parents wanted him to go. They said they would visit him in New York every weekend. Feed pigeons. She liked to feed popcorn to the pigeons. The pigeons liked to eat her popcorn. She put popcorn in her hand. A pigeon ate the popcorn in her hand. She put popcorn on her shoulder. A pigeon ate the popcorn on her shoulder. She put popcorn in her hair. A pigeon ate the popcorn in her hair. She sat down on a bench. It was a wooden bench in the park. She put popcorn all over the bench. She put popcorn all over her clothes. She put popcorn on her head. She put popcorn on her lap. Many pigeons landed on the bench. Many pigeons landed on her. Nobody could see her. Nobody could see the bench. A lazy dog. The fox was brown. The fox was quick. The dog was brown. The dog was lazy. "You are a lazy dog," said the fox. "Yes, I am a lazy dog," said the dog. "Why are you lazy, dog?" asked the fox. "Why not?" asked the dog. "My owner feeds me. My owner takes me out for walks. My owner loves me. I eat. I go out for walks. I sleep. I'm a lazy, happy dog." "But don't you have any ambition?" asked the fox. "Ambition? Ambition to do what?" "I'm just a dog," said the dog. Lassie was a dog. "She saved people's lives," said the fox. "I'm too lazy to save people's lives," said the dog. "Let Lassie save people's lives." Copycat, copycat. Lucy had a cat. His name was Pirate. Pirate was 14 years old. 14 is old for a cat. "What can I do?" Lucy asked her dad. "Pirate is old. He will die soon. I will miss him so much." Dad said, "Why don't you clone him? They will make a brand new pirate for you. It will look like Pirate. It will walk like Pirate. It will meow like Pirate. It will love you like Pirate. But it will be a kitten. It won't be an old cat. It will be a new kitten. You can have a new pirate for 14 more years." "Dad," said Lucy, "that's a great idea. Then, When my new pirate is 14, I can get another new pirate. They fly so well. He looked at the bird. It was a blackbird. It was walking on the grass. It was looking for food. Birds have a funny walk. Why do they walk so funny? Because they don't have arms. Arms help people walk. People walk well. Birds don't have arms. They don't walk well. They look funny when they walk. Birds have wings. Wings help birds fly. They use their wings to fly. They fly very well. They are beautiful to watch when they fly. They belong in the sky. They don't belong on the ground. The blackbird found something to eat. It flew up into a tree. It ate the food in the tree. Then it flew away. Circus clowns. She went to the circus with her parents. She was excited. She had never been to a circus. There were many clowns at the circus. She liked the clowns. They had funny faces. They had big, red noses. They wore funny hats. They wore big shoes. Their shoes were much bigger than her dad's shoes. They were twice as big as her dad's shoes. The clowns had loud horns. They honked their horns at each other. They didn't talk. They used their horns to talk. Honk, honk. She laughed at the clowns. They were so funny. They made her laugh. She told her dad, "Daddy, guess what? When I grow up, I'm going to be a clown." The Man in the Moon. She looked at the moon. It was big. It was round. It was white. It was big and round and white. It was much bigger than all the stars. The stars were little lights. The moon was a big, bright light. She looked around. She could see other houses. She could see the sidewalk. She could see the street. The moon was bright. It was not as bright as the sun, but it was much brighter than the stars. She looked at the moon. Her dad said there is a man in the moon. She looked for the man in the moon. She looked for his eyes. She looked for his nose. She looked for his mouth. She did not see the man in the moon. Visit the park. Nancy took her daughter Donna to the park. The park had lots of trees. It had lots of squirrels and birds. The squirrels ran up and down the trees. The squirrels chased one another. The squirrels played with one another. The birds flew around. They flew down to the ground. They flew up into the trees. The squirrels and birds were good neighbors. Nancy sat down on a bench. She took a magazine out of her purse. She turned the pages of the magazine. Donna ran over to a squirrel. She tried to catch the squirrel. Then she tried to catch a bird. Donna chased the squirrels and birds. She never caught one squirrel. She never caught one bird. But she had a lot of fun. The baseball game. Dad took his son Chris to the baseball game. The Los Angeles Dodgers were playing the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers were the home team. The Giants were the visiting team. Dad and Chris walked into Dodger Stadium. Many people were there. Most of them wanted to see the Dodgers win. They wanted to see the Giants lose. Dad and Chris found their seats. They sat down. The game had already started. Chris told his dad he was hungry. His dad bought 2 bags of peanuts for Chris. He bought 2 hot dogs for Chris. He bought a big soda for Chris. A foul ball came their way. People dived for the foul ball. They knocked Chris's soda over. His dad bought him another soda. A famous painter. His dad was reading one section of the newspaper. His mom was reading another section of the newspaper. His older sister was reading another section of the newspaper. He had the comics section of the newspaper. That was the best part of the newspaper. He didn't understand the words. He wasn't able to read. But he liked the comics. He liked the drawings. They were all different. All the animals were different. All the people were different. All the drawings were black and white. He colored the drawings with his crayons. He showed the colored drawings to his mom. She liked them. "Those are beautiful colors," his mom said. "Someday you will be a famous painter." A new pet store. It was a new pet store. Brian walked into the new pet store. He said hello to Paul, the owner. Paul said hello to Brian. Brian said, "This is a clean pet store. This is a quiet pet store. This pet store doesn't smell." Brian looked around the store. Brian walked around the store. He didn't see any pets. He didn't see one pet. "Where are the pets?" he asked. "The pets are right here," said Paul. Paul opened a catalog. The catalog was full of pictures. It was full of pictures of pets. "Just pick any pet you like," said Paul. "We will mail it to you." "What if I don't like it?" asked Brian. "Just mail it back," said Paul. "I want all of them." Betty was excited. It was December 1st. Christmas Day was only 24 days away. She was looking at a magazine. It was a magazine for little girls. There were many pictures in the magazine. There were many pictures of dolls. The dolls were from many countries. There were dolls from Mexico. There were dolls from China. There were dolls from France. There were dolls from everywhere. There were so many dolls. She showed the pictures to her mom. "Mommy, will Santa bring me all these dolls?" she asked. "No, honey," her mom said. "Santa will bring you only one doll. So pick the one you like best." "But, Mommy," she said, "I like them all the best." "Does it hurt?" Jenny went to the lake. She went to the lake with her dad. It was a big lake. It was a big, blue lake. It had a lot of water in it. It had a lot of fish in it. Big fish were in the lake. Little fish were in the lake. Jenny didn't see any fish. "I don't see any fish." "Where are the fish, Daddy?" she asked. "They're swimming around. They're looking for food," her dad said. Dad put a worm on a hook. "Does the hook hurt the worm?" Jenny asked. "No, the hook doesn't hurt the worm," her dad said. "How do you know?" she asked. "How do I know?" her dad asked. "Well, the worm doesn't say anything. So I guess the hook doesn't hurt it." Jenny said, "But how can the worm say anything, Daddy? The worm can't talk." "Thank you, Mom. I love my mom. She took care of me when I was very young. She took care of me when I was sick. She taught me how to read. She taught me how to get dressed. She taught me how to button my shirt. She taught me how to tie my shoes. She taught me how to brush my teeth. She taught me to be kind to others. She taught me to tell the truth. She taught me to be polite. She took me to school on my first day of school. She held my hand. She helped me with my homework. She was nice to all my friends. She always cheered me up. Next year I will graduate from high school. I will go to college. I will do well in college. I will do well after college. My mom has taught me well. A baby in a sock. The mother gave her baby a red apple. The baby tried to eat the apple. His mouth was too small. And he didn't have any teeth. His brother took the apple. His brother ate the apple. The baby cried. His brother gave the baby a blue ball to play with. The baby smiled. His brother took the ball from the baby. He rolled the ball on the floor. The brown and white dog picked up the ball. The dog chewed on the ball. The baby cried again. His brother picked up the cat. He put the cat on the bed with the baby. The baby pulled the cat's tail. The cat jumped off the bed. The dog chased the cat. The baby cried again. His brother let the baby hold the sock. The baby played with the sock. The baby was happy. Make a sandwich. The boy opened a jar of peanut butter. He spread the peanut butter onto a slice of bread. Then he opened the refrigerator and took out a jar of grape jelly. He spread the jelly on top of the peanut butter. He put the jar back into the refrigerator. He put another slice of bread on top of the peanut butter and grape jelly. Now he had a sandwich. He opened the refrigerator again. He poured himself a big glass of milk, and put the milk back into the refrigerator. He put the sandwich on a plate. He carried the plate and the glass of milk over to the dining room table. He sat down. He turned on the TV and took a big bite out of his sandwich. Sleep in or get up? They drove to the park. They got in line. Many cars were in front of them. They should have gotten up earlier. We should have gotten up earlier, said Mom. I know, said Dad. We should not have slept in. I know, said Mom. But sometimes it's nice to sleep in, especially on the weekend. Weekends are for sleeping in. The line moved slowly. Finally they were at the front of the line. I'm sorry, said the park ranger. We're closed. What? Said Dad. It's not even noon. How can you be closed? The ranger said the parking lot was full. There was no place to park. He said to come back tomorrow. Don't sleep in, said the ranger. The early bird gets the worm. Visit the ocean. Dad took Beth to the ocean. This was her first visit to the ocean. This was her first visit to the beach. This was the first time she saw the sandy beach. She loved the sand. She dug holes in the sand. She filled up the holes. She held the sand in her hands. She dropped the sand out of her hands. She picked up the sand. She threw the sand. Her dad picked her up. She held on to him. He carried her to the edge of the water. He held both her hands. He let her stand in the water. Her feet got wet. She stood in the water. She watched the water cover her feet. She bent down. She picked up some wet sand. She threw the wet sand. She sat down in the water. She dug holes in the wet sand. Dad sat down next to her. Dinner chores. Annie, set the table, please, said Mom. It's time for dinner. Annie said it wasn't her week to set the table. It was her week to clear the table. She said it was Lisa's week to set the table. Lisa was in the living room. Lisa was playing with the dog in the living room. Lisa was having fun with the dog. "Lisa," Mom said, "come here and set the table. It's dinner time." Lisa said it wasn't her week to set the table. It was Mark's week to set the table. It was Lisa's week to feed the dog. "Where is Mark?" Mom asked. Lisa said, "He's riding his bike." Mark was outside riding his bike. Mom asked Annie, "Do you want extra dessert tonight?" Annie said yes. "What do I have to do?" she asked. Her mom said all she had to do was set the table. Birds and a baby. The baby was lying on her back. A bluebird flew in through the window. The bluebird had blue eyes. It sat on the baby's crib. The bird had a bell around its neck. The bell rang. The baby smiled. The baby reached for the bell. The bird shook its head. The bell fell off the bird's neck. It fell next to the baby. The baby picked up the bell. The baby rang the bell. Another bluebird flew in through the window. This bluebird also had blue eyes. The baby had brown eyes. The birds looked at the baby. The baby looked at the birds. The baby rang the bell again. Both birds flew away. The baby started to cry. His mama came into the room. The baby smiled. Mama saw the bell. She asked the baby where the bell came from. The baby pointed at the window. School starts. It was the first day of school. Pete was in the first grade. He got on the school bus. It was a big yellow school bus. He did not know the kids on the bus. The kids on the bus did not know him. Many kids were talking. They were talking with one another. Pete sat in a seat by himself. He sat alone. He looked out the window. His mom was standing outside the window. He waved goodbye to his mom. She waved goodbye to him. The bus took off. The bus was going to school. Another boy sat down next to Pete. He said hello to Pete. Pete said hello to him. The boy's name was Eddie. He was in the first grade. He said he was a new student. He didn't know anyone. Pete said he was a new student, too. He didn't know anyone, either. A quiet pet. Lisa liked to visit her friends. All her friends had pets. Her friends had dogs. Her friends had cats. Her friends had birds. Lisa didn't have any pets. She didn't have a dog. She didn't have a cat. She didn't have a bird. "Can I have a dog, Daddy?" Lisa asked. Daddy said no. He said the dog barked too much. "Can I have a cat, Daddy?" Lisa asked. Daddy said no. He said a cat meowed too much. "Can I have a bird, Daddy?" Lisa asked. Daddy said no. He said a bird sang too much. "All my friends have pets. Can't I have just one pet?" she asked. "Okay," Daddy said. "But it must be a quiet pet. I'll buy you a quiet pet." He went to the pet store. He bought a pet. He gave Lisa her new pet. "Daddy, it's a goldfish," Lisa said. A good meal. The children were hungry. They looked out the window. Where was their mother? She walked into the house. The children ran over to her. "Mama, we're so hungry," they both said. She said lunch was coming. She walked into the kitchen. She opened a can of chicken soup. She poured the soup into a pot. She added water. She put the pot on the stove. She made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She sliced an apple. The soup was hot. She poured it into 2 bowls. She put the sandwiches on 2 plates. She put apple slices on each plate. She put the bowls and plates on the table. The children ran to the table. "Thank you, Mommy," they said. Then they started eating. The cat and the dog watched them eat. Her 10th birthday. It was Emily's 10th birthday. She was 10 years old. She was so happy. "I'm so happy," she said. "I'm finally 10. 10 is 2 numbers. 10 is an adult number. 10 is a grown-up number. I'm an adult now. I'm a grown-up. I used to be 9. 9 is a kid number. 9 is for kids. I'm not a kid anymore." Her sister Irene said, "Of course you're still a kid. Teenagers are kids. You're not even a teenager yet. You're in 5th grade. 5th grade is for kids. 12th grade is for kids, too. When you are 18, you will be in 12th grade. You will still be a kid. You will be a kid for 8 more years." Emily said, "No, you're a kid. You're only 7. 7 is a kid." Irene said she wasn't 7. She said she was 7.5. A cat and a dog. The black cat jumped up onto the chair. It looked down at the white dog. The dog was chewing on a bone. The cat jumped onto the dog. The dog kept chewing the bone. The cat played with the dog's tail. The dog kept chewing the bone. The cat jumped back onto the chair. It started licking its paws. The dog stood up. It looked at the cat. It licked the cat's fur. The cat licked the dog's nose. The dog went back to its bone. A boy ran through the room. He was wearing a yellow shirt. He almost ran into the chair. The cat jumped off the chair. The cat jumped onto the sofa. The chair fell onto the floor next to the dog. The dog stopped chewing the bone. The dog chased the boy. The boy ran out to the street. He threw a stick. The dog chased the stick. The dog lay down. It chewed on the stick. Who sits in the front? The boys were going to the beach. Dad was going to drive them to the beach. The drive to the beach would take an hour. Dave and Dick loved the beach. They also loved the drive to the beach. They loved to look out the window. They loved to stick their heads and arms out the window and feel the breeze. They also loved to be in the front seat. They both preferred the front seat. They both hated the back seat. "Let's go, boys," Dad said. "Let's go to the beach." Both boys ran out of the house. They ran straight to the front door of the car. Dave got there first. Dick got there second. Dave pulled the door open. Dick fell to the ground. Dave got into the front seat and shut the door. "Guess what? You can sit in the back seat," he said to Dick. Walk the dog. "Tommy, the dog is scratching at the door," his mom yelled. "Take him for a walk. Make sure you take a plastic bag with you." Tommy said he didn't hear the dog scratching. He said the dog did not need to go for a walk. He said there were no plastic bags in the house. His mom said, "Take the dog for a walk right now, please." Tommy got the dog leash, a plastic bag, and a little plastic shovel. How can I finish my homework when I have to walk the dog? He asked his mom. You can finish your homework when you get back, his mom said. He put the leash around the dog's neck and walked outside. It was cold outside. The dog walked to a tree. It pooped. Tommy put the poop into the plastic bag. Yuck, he said. This is worse than doing homework. Her Meow Book. Lulu couldn't find her favorite book. Her favorite book was about a cat. The name of the cat was Meow. The name of the book was How is Meow? Lulu asked her mom, Mommy, where's my Meow Book? Where is How is Meow? Her mom didn't know. Where did you leave it? Do you remember where you left it? Lulu didn't remember. I don't remember, she said. They looked in the kitchen. They looked in the living room. They looked in the bedroom. They couldn't find her favorite book. That night Lulu got ready for bed. She brushed her teeth. She put on her pajamas. She got into bed. She put her hand under her pillow. She felt something under her pillow. Mommy, she yelled. I found my book. I found How is Meow? It was under my pillow. Come read it to me, please. In the garden. Mama was in the garden. What are you doing? Johnny asked. She said she was planting roses. Roses are flowers. They are very pretty. They are usually red. Roses have thorns. His mama said, thorns will stick you. Be careful around thorns. Johnny went to the front yard. His dog Rex was waiting for him. Johnny picked up a stick and threw it. Rex chased the stick. He brought the stick back. Johnny ran around the house. Rex chased him. Johnny ran through the garden. Rex ran through the garden. Mom yelled at Johnny and Rex. She told them to play somewhere else. She told them to stay out of the garden. Johnny apologized to his mom. He went to the garage and got his bike. He went for a bike ride. Rex ran next to the bike. Cross the street. Jimmy wanted to cross the street. He was on the south side of the street. He wanted to get to the north side of the street. He was in the middle of the block. His father always told him to cross at an intersection. His father always said never cross in the middle of the block. Jimmy walked to the intersection. There was a traffic light at the intersection. It had three colors: red, green, and yellow. Red was at the top. Green was at the bottom. Yellow was in the middle. He looked at the crosswalk sign. It was red. It was a red hand. The red hand meant don't walk. He waited for the red hand to change. It changed to a white figure walking. The white figure walking meant walk. Jimmy looked both ways. Then he walked across the street. He walked in the crosswalk. He hates carrots. Eat your vegetables, Mikey, Mom said. I am eating my vegetables, Mikey said. He was eating the sliced carrots. He was eating the sliced carrots one by one. He was eating them one at a time. He picked up one sliced carrot with his fork. He looked at it. He slowly put it in his mouth. He slowly chewed it. Finally, he swallowed it. Then he drank some water. Then he picked up another sliced carrot with his fork. Mom watched him. Why do you hate vegetables, Mikey? He said, I don't hate vegetables. I hate carrots. "Why do you hate carrots?" Mom asked. "Because they don't taste good," Mikey said. "But they are good for you," Mom said. "They are good for your eyes. They help you to see well. Don't you want to see well?" "Not if I have to see carrots," Mikey said. A birthday dress. It was Ellen's 12th birthday. Ellen was 12 years old. Her mom took her shopping. They went shopping at the mall. "You can pick out a dress. You can pick out a pretty dress," Mom said. "I will pick out a pretty, blue dress," Ellen said. They went into JCPenney. JCPenney sells lots of dresses. Ellen saw a blue dress that she liked. "I like that dress, Mom," she said. She took the dress into the dressing room. She put on the dress. It fit her well. She walked out of the dressing room. "The dress fits you well," said Mom. "Can I have it?" Ellen asked. "Of course you can have it, dear. It's your birthday present," said Mom. "But it's not on sale," said Ellen. "We always buy everything on sale. It's your birthday, dear. On your birthday, we can pay full price," said Mom. A cat and a squirrel. Evelyn had a cat. Her cat's name was Red. Red was a red cat. Red liked to chase things. He chased balls. He chased butterflies. He chased squirrels. Evelyn had a yard. A tree was in the middle of her yard. A squirrel lived in the tree. Red climbed the tree. He saw the squirrel. The squirrel saw Red. The squirrel raised its tail. It chattered at Red. It said, "Click, click, click." It told Red to go away. "This is my tree," the squirrel said. "Get out of my tree." Red didn't understand the squirrel. Red didn't speak squirrel. Red was a cat. He spoke cat. Red said, "Meow, meow, meow." He said, "Let's play. I will chase you. Then you will chase me." The squirrel chattered some more. "Leave me alone, you crazy cat. Go play with the other cats," it said. The baby bear. The baby bear followed his mama. Mama bear walked through the woods. She was looking for berries to eat. She found some blackberries. She started eating them. The baby started eating them, too. They ate all the berries. Baby bear was full. Mama bear was still hungry. She started walking again. She wanted to find more berries to eat. Baby bear lay down. He was full. He wanted to take a nap. But Mama bear came back. She growled at Baby bear. He understood Mama's growl. When Mama growled, he obeyed. He got up and followed his mama. Someday he would take a nap after a meal. A squirrel ran up a tree with a nut. It dropped the nut and ran back down to the ground. It picked up the nut and looked at Baby bear. Then it ran back up the tree. Baby bear did not like nuts. They were too hard to open. Sugar for sugar. Mom took Carol to the stable. Their horse was in the stable. They walked over to Sugar. Sugar was their horse. "Say hello to Sugar," Mom said. Carol said, "Hello, Sugar." Mom gave a carrot to Sugar. Sugar ate the carrot. He ate the carrot fast. Mom gave a carrot to Carol. Mom said, "Now, you feed Sugar." Carol gave the carrot to Sugar. Sugar ate the carrot. "He ate it so fast," said Carol. Mom said, "Yes, Sugar eats carrots very fast. Carol said, we should give him a new name. We should call him Carrot. Why is his name Sugar? Mom said, he likes sugar, too. Watch this. Mom took some sugar cubes out of her pocket. She held them in her hand. She gave them to Sugar. Sugar ate the sugar cubes. He ate them fast. Let me give some sugar to Sugar, Carol said. The moon and the sun. How far away is the moon? Chris asked his dad. His dad said that was a good question. He said the moon was not as far away as the sun. How far away is the sun? Chris asked. His dad said that was a good question. He said the sun was farther away than the moon. Did you have to learn this in school? Chris asked. Dad said, yes, I had to learn this in school. Chris asked, but you forgot it? Dad said, yes, I forgot it. Chris asked, why did you forget it? Dad said, I forgot it because it isn't important. Chris asked, if it isn't important, why are we learning it? His dad said that was a good question. He said, you're learning it because your teacher thinks it's important. Chris asked, can't you call my teacher? Can't you tell her that this isn't important? The top bunk. He and his brother slept in a bunk bed. He had the bottom bunk. His brother had the top bunk. The top bunk had a guardrail. The rail kept the sleepers safe. His brother didn't like the rail. He always left it down. One time his brother fell out of the top bunk. He hit the carpet and woke up. He said, ouch. Then he climbed back into the top bunk. When he woke up the next day, his back was sore. Mom took him to see the doctor. The doctor examined him. The doctor said he was okay. He said to keep the guardrail up. His brother said he would do that. That night his brother climbed into the top bunk again. He left the guardrail down. He said the guardrail was like jail. He didn't want to feel like he was in jail. He fell asleep. Then he fell out of the top bunk again. Cookies for students. Cindy's teacher was Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones was old. But she didn't walk slow. She walked fast. She didn't have white hair. She had black hair. She wasn't bent over. Her back was straight. All the students liked Mrs. Jones. They especially liked her on Friday. On Friday she brought cookies to class. She gave cookies to all the students. The cookies were delicious. All the students liked the cookies. All the students ate the cookies. Today was Friday. Mrs. Jones gave cookies to all the students. All the students said thank you. Then they ate the cookies. But Cindy didn't eat her cookie. Mrs. Jones asked, why aren't you eating your cookie, Cindy? She said, I'm not eating my cookie because I will take it home. I will share it at home with my sister. Mrs. Jones said, you're so sweet. Here's a cookie for your sister. Today's mail. The mailman put the mail in the mailbox. Dad went outside. He said hello to the mailman. The mailman said hello. Dad opened the mailbox and took out a magazine and 2 letters. One letter was from his sister. The other letter was from his brother. The magazine was for his wife. It was a garden magazine. His wife liked to work in the garden. She grew flowers and vegetables in the garden. Dad went back into the house. He opened both letters. His sister invited him to a birthday party. His brother invited him to a wedding. Dad enjoyed reading the letters. He enjoyed getting the invitations. He picked up the phone. He left a message for his sister. He would come to the birthday party. He also called his brother. He said he would come to the wedding. Easter eggs. It was Easter Sunday. Mom gave a little basket to Michelle. Mom told her to look for Easter eggs. The Easter eggs were in the backyard. "What do Easter eggs look like?" Michelle asked. Mom said, "They look just like regular eggs. But they are colored. They are red. They are blue. They are yellow. They are many different colors." "Why are they red? Do they come from red hens?" Michelle asked. "No," Mom said. "They are red because Daddy and I colored them red. They are blue because we colored them blue. They are yellow because we colored them yellow." Michelle asked, "Why did you color the eggs?" Mom said, "It's an Easter tradition. A tradition is something people do every year." Michelle went into the backyard. She found 6 Easter eggs. "Next year you can help us color the eggs," Mom said. "Oh, yes," said Michelle. The world map. Jerry was looking at a map. It was a map of the world. The map showed many countries. It showed all the countries in the world. All the countries were different colors. There were red countries, green countries, and blue countries. Jerry pointed at one country. "Daddy, why is this country red? Is it on fire? Did someone paint the ground red? Does it have a lot of tomatoes?" Jerry pointed at another country. It was a green country. "Daddy, why is this country green? Does it have a lot of grass? Did someone paint the ground green?" Jerry pointed at another country. It was a blue country. "Daddy, why is this country blue? Is it full of blue water? Does it have a lot of bluebirds? Did someone paint the ground blue?" His daddy said, "No, the colors make the map pretty. They don't mean anything." Drive the car. Charlie wanted to drive the car. "Can I drive the car, Dad?" he asked. "You can drive the car," his dad said. Charlie followed his dad out to the car. His dad opened the driver's door. "You are the driver," he said. Charlie got into the car. His dad closed the driver's door. His dad walked around the car. He opened the passenger door. He sat next to Charlie. He gave Charlie the key. Charlie put the key into the ignition. Charlie turned the key. The car started. Charlie was so excited. He turned the steering wheel left. He turned the steering wheel right. Left, right, left, right. He honked the horn. He honked the horn again. Honk, honk. He turned on the left blinker. He turned on the right blinker. Blink, blink. He asked, "Am I a good driver, Dad?" His dad said, "Son, you're a very good driver." A cat scratch. Kenny was crying. "Why are you crying?" Mom asked Kenny. "The cat scratched me," said Kenny. The cat had scratched Kenny on his hand. Kenny showed his hand to his mom. The scratch didn't look too bad. It wasn't a deep scratch. Mom went to the kitchen. Kenny went with her. She turned on the water. She put his hand under the water. She washed the scratch with soap. She rinsed off the soap. She took a Band-Aid out of the kitchen cabinet. She put the Band-Aid on the scratch. She said he would be okay. "Why did the cat scratch you?" she asked. Kenny said he didn't know why the cat scratched him. Just then, Kenny's little sister walked into the kitchen. She knew why the cat scratched Kenny. "I know why Tiger scratched him, Mommy," she said. "He was pulling Tiger's tail." A small apartment. The big family lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Their apartment had only one bedroom. Mom and Dad slept in the bedroom. The two babies also slept in the bedroom. 4 people slept in the bedroom. 4 children slept in the living room. 2 sisters slept in the living room. 2 brothers slept in the living room. All 4 of them slept in the living room. They slept on air mattresses. They leaned the air mattresses against the wall in the daytime. They put the air mattresses on the floor in the nighttime. They all liked to sleep on the air mattresses. But the girls didn't like to sleep next to the boys. "Daddy, we don't like to sleep next to the boys. We want our own bedroom. When will we get our own bedroom?" asked one girl. "You'll get your own bedroom when I get a better job," Daddy said. I have a question. How high is up? Why is the sky blue? Do fish sleep? Where do babies come from? How do ships float? How do planes stay in the air? Why are you laughing? Why are you crying? Are we there yet? What do I care? Who's there? Who's calling? Who's at the door? Where are you from? Where do you live? Where is my pencil? Who won? Who lost? Who's playing? Do I know you? Have we met? What was your name again? Do you have the time? What time is it? What day is it? What is the date? How are you? How do you do? What do you do? How old are you? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? Are you married? Do you have any children? Do you love me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's that smell? What are you cooking? Can I borrow your pencil? Can I borrow $5? What are you watching? What's on TV? Apple for the teacher. Ben was in the 3rd grade. He loved his teacher. His teacher was young. She was pretty. She was friendly. She helped Ben add numbers. She helped Ben draw dogs and cats. She helped Ben learn to spell. Ben gave his teacher an apple one day. He gave her an orange another day. He gave her a peach another day. His teacher thanked him. "Thank you for the apple," she said the first day. "Thank you for the orange," she said the second day. "Thank you for the peach," she said the third day. Each day Ben said, "You're very welcome." Collect coins. Tom was bored. He didn't have anything to do. He wasn't interested in doing anything. He didn't want to watch TV. Tom didn't want to listen to the radio. He didn't want to play sports. He didn't want to use the computer. He didn't want to read books. "I'm bored," Tom said. "What can I do? I want to do something interesting." Tom's father had an idea. "I have an idea," his father said. "Why don't you collect coins? Coins are fun to collect. And coins are everywhere. You see coins every day. Some coins are valuable. They will make you rich." The moon. He looked at the rising moon. It was rising above the houses. It was big and orange. It looked bigger than the rising sun. How could it be so big? How could it be so orange? Several hours later, he looked at the moon again. Now it was high in the sky. Now it was smaller. It wasn't orange anymore. Now it was white. What happened? It changed size. It changed color. Before, it was big and orange. It was like a big pumpkin. Now, it was smaller and white. It was like a light bulb. But it was still pretty. It was still bright. It was the brightest light in the sky.